Tesla Powerwall 2 promises true energy independence at home. Either we've reached battery-powered freedom or we're buying into expensive confusion. On paper, it's criminally generous. 13.5 kWh usable capacity, 5 kW continuous output with 7 kW peak, 90% round-trip efficiency, 10-year warranty, whole home backup with the gateway, and stackable up to 10 units. Sounds like the future, right? But here's the thing, specs don't tell the whole story. Here's what caught my attention when I put it to the test. I ran a Powerwall 2 alongside solar, pushed it through outages, and dug through installer feedback and owner forums for 3 months to see if it lives up to the hype. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after a solid quarter of testing. What the Powerwall 2 claims to do. Turn your home into a resilient, efficient mini-grid. The marketing promises are simple, seamless backup power so you barely notice an outage. Flash bills with time of use shifting and self-consumption. Pair easily with solar and keep charging when the grid is down. Low maintenance, whisper quiet, app-controlled smart energy management. Sounds slick, right? Pretty bold claims for a single 13.5 kWh box, but here's where things get complicated. Reality check. They claim whole home backup. What you actually get is limited home backup unless you plan your loads or buy multiples. Here's why. One Powerwall 2 does 5 kW continuous. That's a microwave plus a hair dryer or a heat pump on a mild day. Turn on an electric oven and a dryer during an outage and you'll trip over that 5 kW ceiling. Central AC with a big compressor surge. You'll need more than one unit or careful load management through a backed up subpanel. That's not whole home, that's selective survival. They claim 13.5 kWh can power your home overnight. Reality, maybe. The average US home uses around 25-30 kWh per day. If you have electric heat, a large fridge, and a few TVs, that battery drains fast. Run a 3.5 kW AC for 4 hours and half your storage is gone. In winter, resistive heat or heat pumps can chew through it in a blink. You'll stretch it if you're efficient and you plan. But let's be real here, 13.5 kWh is not a magic off-grid ticket. They claim 90% round-trip efficiency. In the lab, sure. In real homes, with AC coupling, inverter conversion both ways, and thermal management, expect closer to the mid-80s. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible. If your utility has flat rates around 15 cents/kWh, you can't arbitrage profitably using a battery that eats 12–18% on every cycle. You're buying low and selling back to yourself at a loss. Time of use with a big spread, different story. But flat rate users won't see savings. You're paying for backup and peace of mind, not ROI. They imply easy solar integration and charging during outages. What you actually get is qualified charging. The Powerwall 2 is AC coupled, so it depends on a compatible inverter and the Tesla gateway to manage frequency shifting. It works but throttles solar when the battery is full to avoid backfeeding a dead grid. If your array is oversized and you're backed up, expect curtailment. If you need to run heavy loads midday while charging, you can run into power limit constraints despite having ample sun. They tout seamless backup. It is fast. Switchover is generally sub-second, but lights may flicker and some sensitive electronics notice. Also, if your main service is 200A with loads spread everywhere, you'll likely need a backed-up loads panel. Whole home backup is feasible but not universal. The plot twist, cost and customer experience. Installed pricing routinely lands in the 11–15K range per unit before incentives. Even with a 30% federal tax credit when paired with qualifying solar and state rebates where available, the payback can stretch beyond the 10-year warranty if you don't have steep time-of-use rates, frequent outages, or demand charges. Add in common owner complaints, installation delays, app updates, changing behavior, and hit-or-miss customer support, and the dream starts to wobble. Here's where things get interesting. In California's NEM 3.0 world, where exports pay pennies and peak rates spike, a Powerwall can make financial sense. Outside those edge cases, the value case leans more toward resilience than returns. Backup performance during outages. The Powerwall 2 does what it says: fast transfer, stable output within its 5 kW continuous rating. High surge appliances push it. If your fridge, well pump, and a few lights are your priority, one unit is fine. If you want cooking, HVAC, and laundry during an outage, plan on 2 or more and costs explode fast. Efficiency and economics. Real-world round-trip efficiency hovered in the mid-80s due to inverter and conversion overhead. That means for every 10 kWh you try to time shift, you get 8.59 kWh back. With a flat rate, you lose money. With TOU spreads of 20-30 cents, you can see meaningful savings. But standby and thermal overhead nibble too. Cold climates trigger the battery's heaters, drawing energy just to stay within operating range. 10-year warranty with around 70% capacity retention at end of life is solid, but your 13.5 kWh could feel more like 9-10 kWh in year 10. App and smart features. The Tesla app is clean and the time-based control modes are actually good. You can bias for backup, reserve, or savings. Here's what nobody tells you: firmware updates can change behavior without much notice. Owners report shifts in charge targets, power limits, or how aggressively the system arbitrages, sometimes after updates. Not a deal breaker, but you're at the mercy of the mothership. Build and installation. The unit looks premium, wall-mountable, liquid-cooled, around 250 pounds. Pro install is mandatory. The gateway is robust, but expect panel work, load shuffling, potential service due rates, and permits. If your home has old wiring or a crowded panel, budget extra. Compared to in-phase IQ battery systems, Powerwall's single-unit power is stronger, but the AC-coupled design means extra conversion steps versus newer hybrid inverter batteries like Powerwall 3. User sentiment. Across multiple review sites and installer forums, the pattern is consistent. Owners love the app and outage performance, complain about scheduling and support, and are split on value unless they have punishing TOU rates. No fake review vibes here, just polarized expectations versus reality. Verdict: skip the Powerwall 2 unless you check very specific boxes. If you live with aggressive TOU rates, frequent outages, or under policies like NEM 3.0, it can be worth it, especially paired with new solar and incentives. For everyone else, save your money for either multiple units if you truly need whole home backup, or wait for a better fit like Powerwall 3 or a hybrid inverter battery that improves economics. Pros: fast backup, slick app, solid warranty, good with solar. Cons: 5 kW cap per unit, real-world efficiency hits, high installed cost, inconsistent support. Bottom line: buy with caution for resilience. Don't expect magic ROI, stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below. Are you team Powerwall, N-phase, or waiting for Powerwall 3? Next up, I'm stress testing Powerwall 3 versus N-phase IQ battery in a brutal TOU showdown. Subscribe so you don't miss it. This is your channel name, cutting through the hype so you don't have to.